Seventh grade advanced class. Let's go ahead and review for this test, chapter 5 test here. If we review this, number one says graph the linear equation y equals negative 2x plus 1. We know that it's going to have one coordinate where y is at 1. So right here, y, we're going to put a dot right there. Okay. And then we know that from this dot, it goes down 2 and over 1 because this slope is negative 2 over 1. So I'm going to go down 2 and over 1. Down 2 and over 1. So when I make my line, this line is going to look like, let's see, well, this. Okay. I guess we're off to number 2. Find the slope of the line. This time they give us a line, they want a slope. Well, we know it's crossing through here, but that doesn't really tell us much, does it? Because I want to believe that it's going through 0, 0. I just don't know if it is, and I can't say that it is because I would assume it's going up 1 over 1, but look over here, how it keeps going farther away from it. So let's use the slope formula. Remember, that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Well, over here, y2 is going to be 3, and y1 is going to be negative 1. So minus negative 1. And then we're going to take x2, which is 4, and we're going to subtract negative 1 again. Well, we know that this is really going to be a negative times a negative, which makes 3 plus 1, right? Positive. And a negative times a negative, again, this would be 4 plus 1. And this is going to give us 4 over 5. So now we know the slope is 4 over 5. So find the slope. That's all they asked us to do. They didn't say to write an equation. So the slope equals 4 over 5. All right. Let's move on to number 3. It says the profit Y in dollars for a business from selling X cost is represented by Y equals 51X. Graph the equation. Okay. So we know that there's nothing extra here, so it's going to go through our origin. That's good. And then it's going to go up 51 and over 1. So this is up 51 and over 1. Up 51 and over 1. Well, graph the equation. It's pretty easy. We're going straight here and going right through every one of these. All right, number 4 says the distance y in miles that train A travels in X hours is represented by the equation y equals 76x. The graph shows the distance that train B travels, which is faster. Train B is going 60 miles every 1 hour, right? Because I could see right here going 60, right? Sorry about that. And then over here, 120, so that means 60 miles an hour. So this can be y equals 60x. And which train is faster? Well, 76 miles an hour is faster than, I'm sorry, there should have been 60 miles an hour. Let me erase that x. Wow. 60 miles an hour. Okay, so I'm going to go with train A. Train A is faster. All right, let's go to number 5. Write an equation, slope intercept form of the line that passes through. This time they want the whole equation. I know it goes through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my ending is going to be 6, and it's a positive 6. Now I have to find the slope. I could use the slope formula for this. To do this, I'm going to take, well, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we're going to take y2, which is 6. We're going to minus negative 1. And then we're going to take 0. That's the x on this one, and minus negative 5. Well, negative times a negative is a positive, so this is going to be 6 plus 1. And negative times a negative is a positive, so this is going to be 0 plus 5. And we put this together, this is going to be 7 over 5. So my whole formula could be, or is, y is equal to 7 over 5x plus 6. All right, let's move on. Solve the system by graphing. This time we're going to graph this linear system. Okay. We're going to see where the two lines meet, and that'll be our answer, right? So if this one here, we could put y equals negative x minus 2. So that means that it's going to be here at negative 2. And then since it's a negative, it's going down 1 and over 1, right? Going down 1 and over 1. So if I was to put this line here, I think this line would be going right through here. And now the next one says I'm going through positive 2. Oops, sorry about that. And it's going down 3 and over 1. So it's going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1. Then down 1, 2, 3, and over 1 again. That's going to put me about right there. So let's see, this is going to be from here going up like that. And now I can see that this is going to be 2 and negative 4. 2 and negative 4 should be my answer. But let's go ahead and solve this using substitution just to be sure. All right, so if I do this, I would put them equal to each other, and that would mean that negative x minus 2 is going to be equal to negative 3x plus 2. I'm going to add 3x to each side, so I can have a positive x. Three x minus x will give me 2x. Everything else comes down, so the negative 2 comes down, the equal sign comes down, and the 2 comes down. I'm going to get the 2's, combine these like terms, these 2's. I'm going to add 2 to this side, which means I'll add 2 to this side. Now I got 2x is equal to 2 plus 2, that's 4. And so when I divide by 2 to get x by itself, I'll see that 4 divided by 2 is 2. So x is 2. That's exactly what we said here. X is 2. Now we're going to plug it back into the problem. In either one of these, let's go with the top one. If y is equal to negative x minus 2, okay, and we know that x is 2, that means that y is equal to negative 2 minus 2, and negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. So y equals negative 4, and that's exactly what we have. All right, so those were our answers, 2 and negative 4. All right, number 7, the graph between the system of linear equations determine the number of solutions of a system. Okay, the graph represents a system of linear equations. Determine, the number. So we're looking for one solution, no solutions, or many solutions. This represents one solution because the lines here meet at one spot. Okay, so this is going to be one solution. All right. If the lines were over each other, perfectly over each other, then that would be infinitely many solutions because they'll always be the same. And if the lines were parallel to each other and never touch, that would be no solution. But this is lines intersecting, that's always one solution. All right, let's look at number 8. The table shows the amount Y in tons of waste left in a landfill after X months. So this is the months, this is the tons. How many tons of waste are relocated in 1 week? Well, we're talking about months over here, right? So they're saying the table shows the amount Y in tons of waste left in a landfill after X months. So this is 6 months and 12 months. But now they're saying how many tons of waste are relocated in 1 week. We know there's approximately 4 weeks in a month. So I would go ahead and take whatever we found for 1 and then divide it by, I would divide it by 4, right? For one ton for 1 month and then divide it by 4. Let's go ahead and look at this. We're going to find the slope first. And if this was a graph, we know when x is 0, right? Y is 16, so that means it started at 16. And we know when x is 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that y is 12. So let's see here. The amount of tons of waste left in the landfill after the waste relocation. In other words, waste is being taken away. All right, so this means we're losing, if it went to 12, we're losing 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So this would be 12 here, right? So that was a drop of 4. Then it says in 12 weeks, right? So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the first one's somewhere around here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And we said that's going to be about right there. And then the next one we said was going to be at 12 months, and it would be dropped to 8. So that drops at another 4. Okay. How many tons of waste are relocated in 1 week? So we're going to have to take the tons first and divide it by, let's see, we had 4 tons. We're dropping in 1 month. Okay, so we need to figure out how much we drop in 1 month. This is really easy. We're going to take the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 to find out what our slope is. Okay, and it looks like it's dropping, to me, for every 6 this goes down, it looks like a slope of 2, right? But let's go ahead and check it out. Maybe I'm wrong here. Y2 is going to be 12. We're going to minus y1, which was 16. And then we've got x2, which is 6. We're going to minus 0. And if we do this, we're going to have a negative 4 over, well, minus 0, that's 6. So this tells me this is going to be 2 over 3, right? So it tells me every 3 months, I got 2 tons, right? So if every, let's see, if every 2 months I lose 3 tons, then I can also say that 3 tons are lost in 2 months. Now, 3 divided by 2 will tell me how many tons in 1 month, right? So 3 divided by 2 is going to equal 1.5. So that's 1.5 tons. And now I got to divide 1.5 tons by 4 weeks because it's asking me for this in a week, in 1 week. It looks like the book had a misprint here, and I have to apologize. I'm going to make sure that the test is correct. They shouldn't have put 1 week here. They gave their answer in actual months. And I was kind of curious about that because some months have more days in it than others. So I thought it was kind of presumptuous for us to assume it was 4 weeks in a month. But since it's months and not weeks, we would not go ahead and turn this around. We would not go ahead and do all that. See, we would keep our answer as 2/3 because that's a 2/3 slope. So how many tons of waste are located in 1 month? 2/3. Ton. And number 9 says, write an equation of the line that passes through the points -2, -3, and 1 and -3. If I was going to do this, I would say that I'm going to use the slope formula. I'm going to make this my 2, and this my 1. So that's going to give me -3 minus -3 over -2 minus 1. That's going to give me a negative times a negative. That's a positive. So this is -3 plus 3. And this would be -3 on the bottom. This, of course, gives me 0 over -3. That's a 0 slope. So that means it is not, it's a horizontal line, right? And it's passing through -3 every time. So I would say this is y equals -3, right? There is no slope. It's a 0 slope. And since it passes through -3, it's a -3. Number 10, solve the system by stating whether it has one solution, no solutions, or infinitely many solutions. Let's look at this and see. We can go ahead and put these equal to each other again. But first, let's go ahead and put these in the right format. Y equals 8x minus 2 is correct, but this is not correct. We need to subtract 2 from both sides. So we can have y is equal to 8x minus 2. And we see now that this is exactly the same as we have up here. So since they are exactly the same formula, this has infinitely many solutions. to infinitely many solutions. All right. If the slope is different, then we know there's going to be one solution. If the slope is the same, but the ending was different, that means there would have been no solution because we would have parallel lines. But because the slope is the same and the starting point's the same, that's infinitely many solutions. All right, that's all of them. I hope that helps you prepare for the test. And I'll see you in class to go over any other questions you have.